Avengers Doomsday is coming, and there's been a lot of debate about, because of the current state of the MCU, which we've talked about a lot over the last couple of years, is, again, I think it's fair to say that the MCU is in the weakest state that it's been in since really the inception of the MCU. I mean, for right up from Iron Man to Avengers Endgame, the MCU was flying high. Everybody was super excited about everything they had coming up. We had total unshakable belief in the MCU. But, since Endgame, they've been kind of hit and miss. So a lot of people have been wondering about, because Rob, we get the question almost every day. We don't read it every day, but I got a question sent in every day. Is Marvel done if Avengers Doomsday fails? And it's a fair question. It's just that it comes in all the time. And then when you talk about box office, a lot of people wonder, could Spider-Man do better at the box office than Doomsday? Could Odyssey do better at the box office than Doomsday? Could Mario Brothers, remember the last one made over $1.3 billion, could it make more than that? Well, there was a really interesting article in Variety that was talking about the new CEO of Disney and some of the challenges that he's going to be facing. And in the article, in one of the paragraphs, they kind of address both of those questions about how much is actually riding on Doomsday and how is it expected to do from the perspective, not of Disney, but of all the other studio heads. This is the article, an excerpt from the article in Variety that reads the following. Some pundits argue, not me, that the future of the superhero franchise may ride on the hotly anticipated Avengers Doomsday, although sources inside the company's film division believe that the health of the MCU does not hinge on an individual title. Executives are pleased with what they've seen for the December release, that's Doomsday. And here's the interesting part. Rival studio heads, other studio heads, not Disney, are privately predicting that Doomsday will be this year's highest grossing film. All right. I have a couple of thoughts about this. On the question of how much is riding on Doomsday, it's important. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to undersell it. It's very vital. It's important. And a Doomsday that crashes and burns quality-wise, alienates the audience, depending on what it does at the box office, it's damaging. Don't misinterpret me. But the one safety net that it has is that just 1 year later, we've got Avengers Secret Wars, which could be a fix-all, right? So even if Doomsday doesn't do great, let's say it falls on its face, you still got Secret Wars coming 1 year later that would have the potential to salvage the whole thing. So would a failing Doomsday hurt? Absolutely, 100%. But is it the be-all, end-all? If it wasn't for the fact that Secret Wars was just 1 year later, maybe I would say yes. But because that's there, it's a potential safety net. As far as the box office predictions go, Rob, I have been hesitant over the past 2 years to even have Doomsday in the conversation of a potential $2 billion film. Like I said, I've always said it's going to be a massive hit. It's going to be huge. No doubt it joins the $1 billion club, all that stuff. But I've been hesitant about it making $2 billion because of the state of the MCU and all that kind of stuff. Now, of course, after I got read in onto everything that happens in Doomsday, I changed my tune. I'm like, oh my God, everybody's going to go see this. I've always believed that Doomsday is going to be the highest grossing film of the year. I still do. I don't agree with, somebody brought up on the show yesterday, it's going to make $3 billion. No, I think that's fantasy, but it's going to be big. And I do believe it'll be the biggest one of the year. And I think it's interesting that other studio heads are already kind of conceding that as long as it doesn't, crap the bed and it ends up being a horrible movie, which I can't see it happening, it will be the biggest film. Anyway, Rob, two interesting things brought up here. Disney doesn't believe that everything is hinging on Doomsday. Like, even if it falls on its face, they don't believe that's the be-all, end-all of it. But they do, other studio heads are also believing it will be the biggest film of the year. What do you make of those two statements?
Well, the lowest grossing Avengers movie was $1.4 billion, and that was Age of Ultron. Yeah. And the first Avengers movie grossed more than that. Then Infinity War and Endgame, Endgame almost grossed $3 billion.
Came close.
And I would say that in terms of where the MCU is, we act like this finite juggernaut was always going to just roll along and make as much money. There's been 40 MCU movies. 40. Or Doomsday is the 40th or something.
Yeah, it's closing in.
It's closing in. 40. And collectively, these movies are by far the highest grossing franchise in entertainment history. So the idea like that was going to continue forever. I mean, okay, so Marvel's been in a bit of a slump. Because when they started to have to produce TV shows and all of that, the quality, they were spread a little thin.
It diluted the brand. It really did.
But now, if you look at what we've seen, you've got Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, which, while they didn't gross a ton of money, comparatively speaking, I think both of those movies are quite respectable. And then Wonder Man was wonderful.
So good. So surprisingly
good. It was
good.
so much fun. And then, I heard David Bianculli on NPR recommending great TV shows.
Yeah.
And he picked Wonder Man was one of them.
If I can just keep getting Night of the Seven Kingdoms and Wonder Man, I'll be happy.
I'd be very happy for the rest of the year.
And you've got Daredevil Born Again Season 2 coming. And we have Vision Quest, which I
think that's a sleeper right now. I think Vision Quest is the sleeper.
I can guarantee you that it is a great show because Terry Matalas made it, and it is, that's going to be the last thing that leads into, that comes out, I think October. And that's the last thing that leads into Doomsday. And I can tell you, dude, like I've said, Doomsday is a Tony Montana sized mountain of cocaine that every viewer is going to stick their face in, lift their face up. And that's what it's going to do. They have designed it to do that, and it's based on the Hickman, and then the Secret Wars, and that the lead up to all that. And you read that, and it's like, if I was a little kid, knowing what I know, if I was a little kid, I would say that Doomsday is the greatest movie ever made.
Of course, you have not seen the movie.
No,
yet.
I haven't seen it, but knowing what I know, I mean, as a kid, the kid in me is I can't wait to see. Everyone's going to go see this movie. Not only that, because it's going to be Doomsday, everyone's going to go see Doomsday and Dune 3 on the same day. They're going to make it. It's going to be,
and they're not just going to see Doomsday once.
No,
a lot of people are going to see it multiple times.
This might be. I'm not predicting that this is going to be the best Marvel movie, because I mean, who knows how it's going to be executed. But I'll give this early prediction, and I say take this with a grain of salt that I haven't seen it yet. I think this is going to be the most rewatchable Marvel movie. Like, when you know things that happen in it, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be the best one, but I think it's going to be the most rewatchable one.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I would, to take the drug analogy further, I think Avengers Doomsday is like being at a great club in Ibiza, and you have your favorite DJ spinning EDM music right as the sun is coming up over the island, and that's just when the ecstasy kicks in.
I was going to say in the E-peaks.
Right on the breakdown. That is
we've all been there, right? Like, we've all been there.
That is what Doomsday is. I mean, I would say that Winter Soldier and I just rewatched Civil War, and I was surprised just how well Civil War holds up. Doomsday is it's a concert movie. It's an explosion of awesomeness. Whereas I don't think it necessarily has these subtle nuances of character moments, but it does have that. I mean, it's got all. It's going to be. I'm telling you, it's a shot of adrenaline. It's the scene in Pulp Fiction where you're Uma Thurman, man, and you're getting that. A Doomsday is that injection she gets,
syringe,
and it brings her out. It's the what do you do when you on heroin? What is it? Adrenaline. You're gonna get the shot of. That's what it's gonna be. A 3-hour adrenaline rush to your face.
I bet you guys minimum each are probably gonna see this thing 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think that comes close to it.
Really? More for you?
I might see it 4 times in the first 4 days.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's and the thing is, they know. They know. William Shatner's manager, Larry Thompson, said, "What you want in the entertainment business." I've said this before.
I'm sorry. What did you call him? If you did not see the commercial, Rob, he now goes by William Shat.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Did you not see the commercial?
I did. He
now identifies as William Shat.
But Larry Thompson said,
Bill Shat.
Larry Thompson said the most important thing in the entertainment business is you need to have King Kong. You need to have King Kong. And if you know you have King Kong, all is right with the world. And then I said to him when he told me this, I said, well, what happens when King Kong breaks free and starts rampaging through New York? He's like, well, that's not good. But if you have King Kong and you know that you have the greatest attraction in the world, that's what everybody in the entertainment business is looking for. That's what Doomsday is. Doomsday is King Kong.
Yeah, but if King Kong breaks loose, then Secret Wars is what it is. That's what that is.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know nothing about Secret Wars other than what's in the comics. But anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Disney believes that not everything is riding on Doomsday. Like, even if things, go badly, they still got Secret Wars coming after that. But also interesting in this article is that all the other studios are kind of just already acknowledging this is going to be the biggest film of the year. Whatever you guys think about all that, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.